Well, here we go again. DJI Mini 3 Pro mid-May flight. If we can get out of these clouds, we'll find our takeoff map and everything should be all right. I know it's down there somewhere. Should pop into view. Boom, there it is. And we're off at the races. There we go. We are flying the Mini 3 Pro with we did use a ND8 filter today, and we're going to take her up for a little flight here. It is mid-May. Temperature is in the 60s, and the winds, we're headed into a headwind right now, 15 to 20 miles an hour. We're going to see how the Mini 3 Pro handles the winds today. As you can see, everything's greened up really, really nice. We're out at one of our usual fly places. The horizon looks pretty straight today, believe it or not. We'll gain a little altitude here. Right about now, I've got some guys that were standing behind me watching me, and one of them's going to come up and start talking to me, and nothing I don't like very much, or something I don't like very much, is people distracting me or trying to distract me when I'm flying. I like to keep my mind exactly on what I'm doing. But anyway, this guy, young man, I am about 65 or so, he come up and he said he lived in the area and stuff, and he was just fascinated by the drone and want to know all about it and everything. And pretty soon instead of being behind me 15, 20 feet, he's standing right next to me. So there's a little jiggle in the video there. May have caught a little bit of wind. So we'll end up flying a loop over here, and he told me that he lives right down here, and he sure would like to see his house from the air. So the best laid plans of mice and men, to say what I was going to say, or say the least. Yeah, you see some cedars in there. Everything is really, really green. Haven't got a whole lot of rain up here this year, or down here, but the ponds look like they're fairly full, so I think we're just about average, maybe a little on the dry side, but not by much. Yep, there's that flutter that I've been seeing on the Mini 3's video recently, and I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, but I don't like it. Anyway, we're going to fly down here a little ways. We'll get up here to this main road, and I think this is where he really started pestering me about flying over his house. So we'll end up taking on that little project here. So he's trying to tell me now, well, you got to turn this way, and looking over my shoulder, and I'm trying to see the sun's kind of reflecting off him a little bit into my controller, and making it a little harder to see, but we'll get him out of the way pretty soon, I think. In fact, he is in the video. You'll see him when I come back home. So anyway, now we've got the wind blowing from our starboard side. And like I said, she's doing 15 plus all morning long. So I don't like to take Thelma Lou out much more than 20 on the winds. I mean, I've had her up at 25-mile-an-hour winds, and she does remarkably well for a little bitty drone as small as she is, but I would prefer to keep her under 20 miles an hour if possible. A couple motorcycles down there. I think we're going to do a spin around here as he's trying to give me directions. No, this way, no, this way, this way, no, this way. I said, you're making me dizzy. So anyway, we'll head back down this way. See those motorcycles? They're moving post haste down there. Pretty good clip. They're doing about 40, 45 through there. So I thought he said he lived here on the right, but that's a park, so he was got me going the wrong way. Then he says the left, and you'll see where I spin around. I get above his house and take some pictures for him and stuff. I think it's down here on the left. I think it's that one with the red roof, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, we're flying to the west now, so we've kind of got the wind kind of blowing kind of at our backs, but a little bit the starboard side too. So now there's his place right there, and you just want me to let him see it on video. So we're doing the best we can. So there it is. I think I'm going to stop and shoot a couple pictures. There he goes. Okay. I told him I think that's about all I need to do for that. So no. Look one more time. Let me see one more time. And please, said which direction you want me to look at it from. Oh, that's fine. So anyway, now we're starting to make a little headway. I'm saying, you know what? I need to get on back here before he has me doing something else. So we'll fly back here. We're going to do an about face. Try to get our bearings here. There we are. There we are. No, maybe we aren't. Yeah, we'll go back the way I came, I think, and drift to the right here. Got to play the wind a little bit. So here we go. Just a beautiful day. I said Thelma Lou's handling the wind real well. I'm really well pleased with how she does in the wind for being such a small drone. So, okay, I'm saying that's about as far as I want to go. That's a good picture right there. Now I think the guy's yapping at me some more, and I'm telling him I've got to get the flying here, so let me be. There's a nice railroad bridge coming over that creek. I think that's called the Little Blue River. Got a lot of catfish in it, but it's pretty dirty and pretty muddy, so I don't know if I'd be eating much out of it. So anyway, we're going to follow this river back up here towards where I'm at. So we're going to take the shortest distance between 2 points as a straight line, and that's what we're going to do, I think. Anyway, as you can see, everything's greened up, so we're not seeing much in a way of wildlife today. I've been seeing a lot of turkeys. Turkey season, hunting season is over here in the state I live in. So, but they're out there gobbling still. Quite a few of them are out there gobbling. Whoops! Hold on, just a second. About that little interruption there, a phone call while I was editing this. So it was a good phone call. My son just had an accident in front of him on the highway, but he wasn't involved in it, so I was happy about that. Anyway, let's get back onto our flight here. We're headed straight as an arrow back to the landing pad, takeoff point. And now we've got the wind at our back mostly, so he's coming in pretty hot and heavy here. I said wind 15 to 20 miles an hour all day today. She handled that with no problem at all, like a champ. I must say she handles the wind a little bit better than the Mini 2 does, but not a whole lot, but maybe a little bit better. But my Mini 2 has a greater range than my Mini 3. No contest at all. So here we are. We're going to come back and I'm going to try to get this guy that I've got standing with me to say sayonara, and we'll catch you later. You'll see him. I'm going to bring it in like I'm going to land, and then I kind of got him to thinking I'm landing, so he takes off, and then I get to fly with relative peace after that. So there we are, standing there. Coming in hot and heavy. Like I said, I want to get this guy uninterested so I can go about my business and have a little bit better concentration than what I'm having now, having to carry on a conversation with this guy asking so many questions. But I like to help people out, and I like to, push our hobby. But, there's certain times when I like to be devoted to what I'm doing, and this is one of them. So now we're going to bring her down, and then I'll bring her back, and I'll get him in the picture here, and then he's going to vamoose, and I'm going to take off again. In fact, I don't think I'm even going to land. I think I'm just going to spin the Mini 3 around and get a shot. Okay, that's close enough. Okay. There's the guy. He's going to wave at you. There he is. Okay, are you happy? You in the picture? Good. Wave goodbye. Turn it around. That's your claim to fame, brother. That's your 5 seconds. And I'm off to the races. So now we're just going to do a little short flight. And I'm going to fly one of my usual patterns down here, and I'm going to angle to the right, and we're flying into the wind now, good and strong headwind. And like I said, I'm using an ND8 today. Usually I don't like using filters, but in the summertime I don't mind using them as much. In the wintertime I like the contrast and the starkness that not having filter on shows me on the land when I'm flying it over. I don't need any motion blur or anything like that. I want contrast. So we're going to fly this way. We're going to just kind of drift to the right here. Usually there's a lot of turkeys that come out in these right-of-ways, these highland right-of-ways in the springtime, a lot of gobblers, and they do their strutting for their hens, but I haven't seen any in the last week or two. I have seen them, but I haven't had my my drone with me, so definitely didn't get any on video, but I did manage to call a couple big gobblers in. So we're going to head east now a little bit. There's a familiar sight in front of us. I don't think I'm going to fly over it today because I've already wasted enough battery trying to fly to that guy's place. So there's a nice chunk of cedars there. Those cedars on these highlands like that really hold the deer, especially during the wintertime. They don't let the heat radiate as much, and the deer will get underneath them cedars and lay on a bed of pine needles or cedar bed. And the radiation during the wintertime, it's just like having a blanket on top of them. So we're going to angle off to the east here. Just everything as green can be. I mean, in another 3 or 4 weeks, it's been in the 80s quite a bit already. So we've had 1 or 2 days where it's got close to 90, upper 80s. May have hit 90, I don't remember, come pretty close to it. But I'd rather fly when it's a little more comfortable out. I like flying in the cold weather more than I do the hot weather, that's for sure. And the fall is my favorite time of year to fly. I like it much better in the spring. I like it better in the summer. So we're going to hang a Roscoe up here, I believe. I don't think I spoke too soon. Maybe I did speak too soon. But I know we're going to hang a Roscoe up here, somewhere up here. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit at a time. You can see that lake is starting to get a lot of moss in it. Although it's starting to clear up a little bit. It was really bad in the springtime. But bouncing around that horizon. I'm just checking to see how even the horizon is, and today it's pretty good. Usually I have the DJI tilt involved there, but today not so much. So we're going to go to the right here. We're actually going to hang a right up here. We're going to follow this tree line next to the road and fly over my buddy's place. And then we'll swing back towards where I'm at. So here we are. Now I know where I'm at, right there. I can see me, almost. Anyway, let's turn right, starboard, let's go. There we go. There's a right-of-way in there. You can see it on the, it's like a gas line clear cut through there on the right. I'll have to go in there someday and look around, see what there is to see. And a lot of mushrooms in this area, morels. We're going to drift up here and fly around these two houses over my buddy's house. Not sure if he was home today or not. That's not it. It's this next house coming up. Right there. He built every stick of that himself. That's one hell of a carpenter. That's for sure. So we're going to drift over this house, and then our lodge that I belong to will come up in the picture shortly, and then we're on the last leg, headed home. And no one's at the lodge right now to speak of. And there we go. Now we're headed west, southwest, and we're going to be headed due west here in a second. And I see myself. I see where I'm standing anyway. So a really nice flight. Still had battery left, even after I came back and left again. She just behaved real well today. Not too many glitches. Had a little video glitch there, but nothing bad. So there's a nice lake that guy's got there, man. Tell you what, I'd be there every day fishing. Just participating in the outdoors. I love it. So thick in there now. My buddy shot a deer in there last year, and we looked for it for a long time with his bow. I don't know if he ever found it. I had to go. And I know he went back, but we didn't find it that day. I know that. So here we are over the caretaker's place. Guy lives on the park property there. We'll fly by his place, right up the road, and we're going to call it a completion here in a minute. Fields are getting nice and green now. I don't see too many animal trails in them now like I do during the winter months. Once they start greening up, you really have to get some traffic by the animals going down the same trails before you can pick them up. So we're going to head this way, and then we're going to bring her in, face forward, and Thelma Lou always likes to back in. So She likes to get a little wind up her dress, up her skirt every once in a while, so that's what we try to do. Nice walking trail all around this park here. And as you can see, that guy is not there bothering me anymore, so it's going to be a good flight. I'm going to lose some altitude here. Just have not had the chance to do a lot of flying lately. Either it's been raining lightly, just enough to annoy you and keep you from flying, or the wind. It's mostly been wind. The wind is blowing every day, just about. And it, like I said, once it gets up over 20, I don't fly the Mini 3 much. You know, if I want to fly over 20, I'll get one of the big drones and do so. But I don't see much need in it. But the Mini 3 handles real well in this type of wind. Looks like the moon surface. It reminds me of Neil Armstrong for some reason. 1969, I remember it well. I love watching that video. 10 forward, 3 down, drifting a little bit to the right, picking up some dust. Good memories for you that were around at that time. And I surely was. I remember watching it. I think I got off work to watch it that day. Anyway, we're back at our original takeoff location here. Gonna bring her down. Been a good flight. Had a lot of fun being out there. Everybody seems to have left now. And this guy flying the drone's got the whole place to himself. Not bad. So we'll do a spin around here, one last look. Make sure there's nobody walking underneath us or anything like that. We'll bring her back and get her lined away here pretty soon. I always like see people on these walking trails. I'm always glancing left and right because they'll walk right up underneath you. They don't care. And I don't want any interference from them. Everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Try to follow the golden rule. Seems to work good. Treat others like you want to be treated. Still the best way to go, that's for sure. If we get a chance, we'll talk to you again, hopefully soon on here. Put a little more there's that same dandelion. Take care, everybody. She's going to find her spot here in a second. And she's going to say, I'm going to park right here. There she goes. Thanks for watching.